Okay. Hold up. Wrong one. All right, there we go. There we go. I am here. Yo, what is up, everyone? OJ over here from Player Essence. Welcome to something that I probably should be doing a lot more than I actually do. But we have Player Essence Cross Nintendo. A lot of you guys were asking what this is about. What is Player Essence Cross Nintendo? What is it? Well, it's supposed to be a weekly show. It's supposed to be. Like podcast show where it basically rounds up all the latest information, the news, and we go over it. And it's kind of like also like my fan interaction with you guys, so you guys can ask me questions. It's kind of like weird because this show started before live streaming was like a thing for me. So this was like my fan feedback, whereas now like I interact with you guys all the time, whether it's through whether it's through like Patreon or whether it's through my normal live streams, and you guys ask me questions all the time, so this show kind of like disappeared. But I want to bring it back, obviously rounding up all the news and getting you guys more time to ask me questions, you know, when I'm not playing the video games, when I'm talking about the actual news. So I've rounded up 9 of the best stories for the week, and we're going to go over those and talk about some of them, and like I said, prepare some questions, because I will be having a Q&A. Just take a little bit of time. If you're not following me on Twitter, please give me a follow on Twitter. You can ask me questions there. And you can also just interact with me throughout the week too as well. So if you're looking to talk to me, that's the best place to talk to me, because people always ask me, well, how can I reach you faster, or whatever the case is. And definitely Twitter is the best way. So go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter as well. There's a link in the description of this video. So let's go ahead and get into this right here, man. We've got a lot of different news to go over. So it should be pretty cool. So, starting off the beginning of the week, what we found out about was Splatoon 2. And someone please in the chat, if you follow me on Twitter, can someone please, what are those things, timestamp this whole thing for me? Whoever timestamps this whole thing for me, I'll be in your debt forever. So if someone that likes to do timestamps, if you can just keep note of this and then give me that on Twitter, that would be fantastic. So let's start off first with Splatoon 2. And Splatoon 2, the big news was coming out from Famitsu that the game sold 670,995, 670,955 units, there we go, I can't speak, during its first 3 weeks, or sorry, the first 3 days in Japan. I am off right now. Let me get into it, guys. So yeah, that was the big news that Famitsu revealed, okay? So that was before we got the Media Create sales charts, which most people use. Famitsu also does their own tracking. Now Famitsu, I think they track a little bit more when it comes to the actual units, because they count more different types of retail. I also think that they were counting download cards, but Media Create didn't count download cards. So that's why there's the discrepancy between the Media Create and the Famitsu. Famitsu also tracked Nintendo Switch selling 102,000 units for that week that Splatoon 2 launched, whereas Media Create had it a little bit lower at 98,999, so pretty much 99,000 units. So pretty good overall. Splatoon 2, obviously a huge hit. Splatoon 2 is currently the best-selling Nintendo Switch game in Japan based off of 3 days of sales data, and it's looking like it's going to cross 1 million units sold with digital and everything. Probably by the end of the month, I would say it might be at 1 million units sold in Japan alone. So Splatoon 2 is already a huge hit. And if you compare that to Splatoon 1, Splatoon 1 on the Wii U sold 156,610 units in its first week. So Splatoon 2 absolutely demolished Splatoon 1 with an even lower install base. The Wii U at that time in 2015, the Wii U was at like 2.3 million units sold in Japan. And yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good to see that. So what's up to everyone in the chat? I see David, Mark Bryant, David, all you guys, Sage the Gamer, shout outs to coming out. So that was the first article there. What do you guys think about this Splatoon 2 news? I think it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool to see Splatoon doing so well. And the next major franchise for Nintendo. I look relaxed because I am relaxed. It's the weekend, man. I don't have to worry about getting this news article up, getting this news article up. News always slows down on the weekend, so it's good just to relax. So I'm definitely relaxed. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next article here. So Inti Creates is not involved with the main development of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So they're no longer like they were like the main developer. They're no longer the main developer of the game. And I'll just go ahead and read you guys the quick update that we got, man. So this is what they had to say. So, quote, maybe it is best to clarify it here. Inti Creates is not involved with the main development of Bloodstained game, but they are involved in the prequel minigame. Part of the vagueness is to avoid unneeded attention and negative speculation. So yes, they are involved, but not in the main game since last year's E3. DICO has picked up the development and from where they have left off under a mutual agreement. A lot of parties are involved, so it could be quite confusing. Artplay is the main developer, while we are hiring DICO as a third-party developer. We created the game design, story, direction, gimmicks, and the overall production of the game, while DICO creates the art assets design levels and basically feeling the manpower Artplay doesn't have. In the future, you'll most likely see 505 games and Artplay credited to the trailer videos and articles that come out. So Inti Creates is no longer involved in there, man. So it's kind of interesting to see that, because I played Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. If you haven't seen my gameplay of it, you can check it out on the channel. I played it, and I thought it was a very solid game. I thought it was very good so far, just for like the demo. It was a PC demo, obviously, so I thought it felt like Symphony of the Night, and it felt like Dawn of Sorrow, like combined, which is good. Those are two of the best, you know, Castlevania games out there. So I was actually really, really happy to see that, guys. And I'll be answering your questions at the end, guys. So hold on to your questions, guys. Let me get through all the news here, and trust me, we'll have plenty of time for your questions at the end. This is not going to be a super like 2-hour or 3-hour long podcast. We're going for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour with this one, so trust me, I'll have plenty of time to answer your questions at the end there, so just hold on to them. Alright, so yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night news. You guys excited for that? I know I am. Like I said, I played it, felt great. It's a very good, has some great gimmicks to it, has some great gameplay mechanics, and all of the stuff that's there. So I mean, like, I'm looking forward to it a lot. So let's go ahead and move on to the next article here. And that is Koizumi says that Nintendo Switch is half, like the success of the Switch is like half expected and half surprising. He also talked about Mario and Zelda, but for the sake of time and also for the sake of just not going off into too many different tangents, because talking about Mario and Zelda, that can get me going into all sorts of different directions. Let's talk about what he just said with the Nintendo Switch's success. So Koizumi, he is the Nintendo's EPD general producer, Yoshiaki Koizumi. Obviously, he's the guy that, you know, was on stage and did the whole magic tricks with the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, you know, where he was going like, and he was doing all like showing them off. That's him. That's the guy. So go ahead and put a mental image in your head about this dude. So yeah, Koizumi. This is what he had to say about the Nintendo Switch's success when it comes to things. So it's half expected and half surprising. I always feel a certain amount of confidence in my work and imagine a lot of different scenarios. The one that's come to fruition was one of the better ones I was imagining. We wanted people to have more time to play games, and I've said a million times, like, the Nintendo Switch is obviously great for, you know, people who don't have the amount of time to play games, and even sneaking in sometimes, because I'll tell you guys what I do is, like, my Nintendo Switch, most of the time during the week, it's pretty much in this case right here, and what I do is that I actually have it in between editing, when videos are processing. I don't even really play it on the TV except for when I live stream. And I'll have it like propped up like this, and I'll put it right here in my corner. And like when a video is done processing and I have about maybe, or when a video is processing or when it's uploading, and I have about maybe 5-10 minutes just to, you know, spare some time, I might get into a match of or just anything really. What was it, Graceful Explosion Machine? I might play Graceful Explosion Machine, or I'll get into a little match of NBA Playgrounds. Lately, I've been playing a little bit of Splatoon, you know, getting through some of the single-player levels, because you can kind of blow through those pretty quickly. So I've been kind of going through some of the single-player levels and stuff, like, in between. So, I mean, I think that's what he's talking about when he says people that, they want more time to play games. Because if I had to turn on my TV, hook it up to, like, you know, hook up everything, change the input, you know, because I have multiple systems connected to my TV, I wouldn't do it. You know, I wouldn't be playing games in between me, you know, editing and stuff like that. But the Switch allows you to do that, and I actually did that with my 3DS. I did that with my 3DS when Fire Emblem games are coming out, or even with Fire Emblem Echo, Shadows of Valentia. I'm gonna do that quite a bit with that game. So yeah, it's definitely understandable what he's saying here, and it's just convenient, right? This is pretty much the whole system. The whole system is right here. It's real convenient just to be able to play games. And not only that, but I was at my my mom's house, and I was able to take it over. I didn't play it, but just given the option of being able to take it over and play it, have all your games, you know, nice and neat inside here. So it's cool. It's just a different type of system, man, and I like it. So let me know what you guys think about that. As far as what he had to say, he's pretty confident in his work, so that's good. It's good to be confident. And I know some of it is surprising. I don't think they expected it to do this well. Maybe they expected it to be maybe like, you know, a success, maybe like 5 million in the first year, maybe 6 million in the first half of the year. Then maybe once they have like Fire Emblem and other games coming out next year, that it would push it to 10 million. But that's not the case. It's looking like if they have the stock by the next year, so 1 year on the market, the system could sell 16, 17 million units if the stock's there. So yeah, they're not changing up their forecast of 10 million for 1 year because they want it to be obviously, you know. Well, actually, give me 1 second, guys. Somebody's at my door, knocking. I'm right in the middle of I'm in the middle of a podcast. I'm in the middle of a podcast. Okay, come on, get your toy. All right. Get your toy. I'm doing a podcast though, so you're gonna have to hurry up, okay? All right. All right. Thank you. Give me a kissy. Give me a kiss. Thank you. Oh, well, careful. Love you. My daughter had her toys inside here, so I had to let her get her toys. Oh, actually, what am I doing this for? I don't need that. So yeah, so it's definitely cool to see them, you know, having success, and it seems like they're going to do a lot better than they thought they were going to do. Granted, there's the stock that's out there, so we'll see. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next article here. And we're going to get into a little bit of some games coming out. So Rayman Legends Definitive Edition, that will launch on September 12th. The Switch version, of course, comes with some nice extra features. I think there was some like Wii U exclusive like Mario and Luigi type of outfits. And it looks like there's going to be some more content in there. So let's go over the official overview of the game. So Rayman, named the Platformer of the Year and winner of multiple artistic and musical achievements, is coming to Nintendo Switch. Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. The edition comes with acclaimed Rayman Legends, has a 92% on Metacritic for the Wii U, so it's one of the Wii U's best games. And it's from Michael Ansel, who's the creator of Rayman Beyond Good and Evil, and he's excited to bring it to the platform. He said they'll make full use of the Nintendo Switch as far as the controllers go. And all of that, man. And yo, shout outs to Mark Bryant for the $10 donation there. I do appreciate. I guess I have to put this on so I can hear the different stuff. So I guess I'll put this on. But yeah, shout outs to Mark Bryant. Thank you so much for the $10 donation, dude. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, there was no comment on there, so there's nothing for me to read. Usually you can put something there, but I do appreciate that, Mark Bryant. And Mark Bryant's also a Patreon member as well, so and he puts the maximum on there, so I really do appreciate the donation, dude. But yeah, getting back into the article here, so yeah, he's going to be bringing Rayman Legends as well. They're going to have Rayman, Glowbox, and all the teensies. They're going to be able to frolic and fight and kick and your way through stuff, and like I said, there is going to be some exclusive stuff going on there as far as Nintendo Switch version, so we'll see what they do on there as well, because it'll be pretty interesting, be pretty cool. So once again, guys, I do appreciate the donations if anyone does donate. I will say though, if you're going to donate, it would be nice if you use the link in the description, which is what was it, Streamlabs, that link that I have on there, just so your name can pop up on my actual layout that I have here, because the super chat, it's not linked up. I can't connect it to my OBS layout, or at least if you can, I don't know how to. So yeah, so if you do want to donate, please use the link in the description below with the Streamlabs link, so your name can actually pop up and you can get the recognition on the actual stream. So yeah, so your name can be on there in the latest donation tab. But thank you so much, Mark Bryant, for the $10 donation, and then also Deviator. He goes by Deviator as well. So so yeah, that's Rayman Legends. That's coming September 12th. There was a demo that came up. And the demo, you know, it's just, it got put up there, then it was deleted. So obviously it was not supposed to be up there. Some people were able to grab it, capture footage, and upload it to YouTube. Ubisoft has come out and said that's not the representation of the final build, so maybe it could even be better some way and all that. So yeah, man. So it's pretty cool. You guys excited for Rayman Legends? Let us know. Chat, let me know. What do you guys think about Rayman Legends? Excuse me. Alright, so let's move on to the next article here. So Nintendo top-selling Switch games. So Nintendo obviously had their Q whatever financial briefing where they talked about how many units that they've sold. We know that the Switch, as of the end of June, has sold 4.7 million units with severe supply constraints. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay, Mark Bryant. You don't have to worry about that. I just like you guys to get the recognition that you deserve as far as getting on the latest donations on the actual live stream. Because Super Chat is cool and like you can see your name on there, but I like you guys' names to be on the actual live stream. But no, any type of donation is great, dude. Any type of donation is great. So definitely no need to apologize at all. But yeah. So they went over their 4.7 million units for the, you know, from basically March to June, which is really good, almost 5 million. And that's not counting Splatoon. Obviously, it's not counting Splatoon in latest up to date. So that's probably at 5 million plus at this point. And their top 4 best-selling games so far. Here are the games. So at number 4, it's ARMS with 1.18 million units. Then at number 3 is 1-2 Switch with 1.22 million units, which is really funny. 1-2 Switch, 1.2 million units. And then you have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with a staggering 3.54 million units. Pretty much getting near half of what Mario Kart 8 sold on the Wii U, which is impressive in its own right. Who would have thought that people want portable Mario Kart that's actually not portable, but also on the home console as well? Who would have thought that? And The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with a massive 3.92 million units. Now, this includes digital, bundles, download cards. This includes everything. Nintendo has the most accurate tracking so far to the end of June when it comes to their sales, and this is how much they've sold. Guys, that is a ton of money. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that is a ton of money. And the thing about it is that it's not just the $60 that people spend on there. This is counting all of like the Zelda Master Editions and all of that stuff. Like, this is counting all the big stuff. So Nintendo made a killing off of Zelda, and they're gonna make even more. So it's definitely pretty cool. And Inazuma 11X as it pivot says, "What's up, OJ? What is up, dude? Thank you so much for coming to the live stream. I do appreciate that." So what do you guys think about these sales, man? The most surprising for me was ARMS, because ARMS launched mid-June. ARMS launched mid-June, and it sold 1.18 million units essentially in a few weeks. In a couple of weeks, it sold 1.18 million. That bodes very well, because in the holiday season, people are going to pick up ARMS. Nintendo is continuing to market ARMS very good. ARMS is going to be at EVO 20... it's going to be at EVO Japan. I know it's going to be at EVO Japan, man. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool with ARMS. I think that game has a long life ahead of it, and we're definitely going to get a sequel at some point. Maybe a ARMS 2 or ARMS Deluxe, ARMS Full Edition. We'll see what happens. 1-2 Switch being as good as it was, it's so funny because I always like to mention this, because I'll mention it every single time, because when people are saying that 1-2 Switch should be a packet, and I said no, it isn't. What's the thing that I got? Fanboy, damage control, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And then they're like, "Oh, that game's not going to sell for $50." I was like, "All right, well, we'll see." And then the game comes out and it sells 1.22 million units at $50. And everyone who said that automatically forgot that they said that, or they don't care that they said that. You know, and I'm like, yeah, that's $50-something million plus that Nintendo made off of 1-2 Switch. And I guarantee you the development wasn't anywhere near 50 million. So yeah, it was a good decision for them not to bundle it, which could potentially, or which could increase the price of the system, or it could decrease the revenue that they make off of each system since they're bundling in a free game. So yeah, it was a good decision not to put it in there. Haven't seen any videos though from people who made videos saying that 1-2 Switch should be in there, or who wrote articles saying that 1-2 Switch should be in there. Haven't seen any articles or videos from those people saying that, okay, I was wrong on that. You know, people don't like to admit when they get bodied. You know, when I get bodied, I'll make sure to let you guys know, hey, I was wrong on this. Obviously, like with the whole Switch itself, I was wrong. I apologized, made multiple videos on it. You gotta say something when you get bodied. So, but people aren't. But whatever. Whatever, it is what it is. Obviously, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe doing well, Zelda doing well. Both of those games are amazing. I'm still playing both of them to this day. We still playing Zelda. We still playing Mario Kart. Such a great game. Mario Kart is such a fun game to play with you guys when I do my live streams. I mean, like, it's at this point where I'm playing the game and it's like effortless. It's just, I don't care about the results. I want to win, but I don't care about the results. And it's just effortless. I just go in there, we play, you know the tracks, you have fun, you get in there, play for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you're good. And you always feel great and like mad because you lost because of stupid stuff, but it's always fun to play Mario Kart, and Zelda's the GOAT. So yeah, man, it feels good. Feels good, man. So yeah, what do you guys think about all that? Let me know. Comment section below, man. Comment section below. So moving on to the next article here. So, Walmart has confirmed that the Super NES Classic Edition pre-orders open due to a technical glitch, and they are canceling all of the orders. So let's just read just a part of their statement here. So thank you for your interest in the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition. It's a highly sought after system. Unfortunately, due to a technical glitch, the Super Nintendo Classic Edition was mistakenly made available last Friday evening ahead of the official release. We regrettably have to cancel this item on your order. We know that this is incredibly disappointing to you, and we're truly sorry for this mistake. And then they talked about a bunch of other stuff as far as if your credit card was charged and getting your money back or whatever the case was. And I just have to say this, yeah, this was definitely upsetting. I didn't rage about it. Some people were making super angry videos. I did make a rant video on the topic, but it was a very calm, I think, cool and collected rant. And because they said in this, they said, okay, well, you know, we want to earn your business or give us another chance. And I'm like, no, there's no reason for me to give you guys a chance. Like, what reason, as a gamer, at least in the States, in the U.S., Walmart thinks that they're one-upping people. This is the type of people that run Walmart's gaming. They think that, hey, if we price a game at $59.88, people will come buy the game at Walmart. No. I bet you anything the dude who makes those decisions, he has like that Wayne's World like smile like this and has a thumbs up. Like, yeah, gamers will come buy us for 11 cents cheaper. No. Nobody's going to go to crusty Walmart, you know, to buy your games when you're pricing stuff 11 cents cheaper. You have no real rewards program. So that's what I kind of like harped on them about. I'm like, no, there's no chance for you guys to win my business. Why? I go to Best Buy and I can get things cheaper. I get Amiibo cheaper at Best Buy. I get games cheaper at Best Buy. They have a rewards program where I get points and rewards back towards my purchases. Heck, even GameStop has a better rewards program than you guys for gamers. Amazon has it. If you do their Amazon Prime, which is amazing, you can get all the items that people buy at Walmart for cheaper, and you can get video games for 20% off. So what is the incentive for me to buy video games from you guys? There's none. You're not winning my business back, and I'm done with Walmart. You better have games like for $30 brand new. Maybe you'll earn my business, but that's not going to happen because you have some idiot who thinks that pricing stuff 11 cents cheaper is going to make a difference when it's not. Walmart isn't leading in video game sales. We all know this from the NPD reports that Walmart isn't anywhere near the top when it comes to video game sales. Amazon's killing them. Heck, Best Buy's killing them. GameStop obviously is killing them. Everyone's beating Walmart when it comes to video game sales. I know that's not where they make the bulk of their money, but don't act like you're going to earn our business back. Sorry, man. It's not happening. Oh, okay. Okay, Deviator. Yo, there's no need. Deviator, there was no need for you to donate another $10, dude. There was no need for you to. I appreciate it though, man. He says you deserve it. You deliver consistent, great quality news. I do appreciate that, Deviator. Deviator, thank you so much for the $20 in donations so far. I do want to give a quick shout out to the people that have subscribed in the past 30 minutes to an hour. So shout outs to Cramberg subscribe. So everyone please show this man Cramberg, if he's in the chat, show him some love and get this man a freaking headband. Welcome to the village, homie. So yeah, definitely pretty cool with Deviator. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, Walmart, dude. I'm not down with Walmart. I'm not down with Walmart anymore. So let me know what you guys think about that. No, I have don't. As far as questions go, guys, just like I said beforehand, man. Questions, if you want your questions answered, hold on to them, and I'll answer them at the end of this. We're almost through the news here, guys. So, like I said, this is going to be within an hour. I'm not going to hold you guys here for super long, but it's definitely going to be within an hour. Oh, and you see right there, Mark, your name just popped up right there in the the bottom left-hand corner. So everyone, give some shout-outs, give some love to Mark or Deviator in the comment section. Thank you so much for the donation, homie. I do appreciate that. So let's go ahead and move on from Walmart because Walmart's lame. Mark coming in the clutch. So EB Games Australia is listing Sonic Forces for November 7th release. This is something that just happens, right? We get these leaks, we get these things with these companies You know, and usually they're somewhat accurate. Even if it's not November 7th, it might be off of it might be somewhere near that date. But what do you guys think about Sonic Forces? So I kind of want to have a little bit of an open discussion with Sonic Forces in the chat. So what do you guys think about Sonic Forces? And I'll read off some of you guys' comments so far, because I don't know what to say about this game. I haven't played it, and I don't want to piss people off. I want to be open-minded, but then again, I am very aware of what Sonic, you know, the Sonic games that have came out before. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. What do you guys think about Sonic? So far. And I will let you guys kind of, I typed that into the chat. So Inazuma11X Pivot says Sonic Forces looks good. Christmas says disappointed. Dojan says he says he got a Switch at Walmart. Is it Advances says Sonic Forces looks lame. LOL. Mason says not a fan of Sonic games. Inazuma11X Pivot says the fan base is poor. NX Revolution says I hope they get it to 60 frames per second on the Switch. It looks fun, but not getting it at launch. Great Mind says yo 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 yo. Cornelius says rather get Mania at this point. Jerry Toten says I brought a Pro Controller for $60 when Amazon is running them for I think he said damn near 90. Advances says, or hold up, let's see here. Looks Aruium, is it Aruium? Aruium M. I probably said that wrong. Sorry about that, dude. Says looks okay. Brian de is it Jesus or Brian de Jesus? Probably de Jesus. Sonic. I'm horrible with names. I'm sorry, guys. Sonic has never been a good game for me. Skidbit Productions says Sonic Forces looks okay, but nothing amazing. Mojo Jojo with an awesome name, by the way. Mojo Jojo. I think I'm gonna say it like that every single time. Sonic Forces looks good, and it's portable. Hell yeah. Undead Polo says lame 30 frames per second. That's not the final. Well, we need to wait and see the final build of the game before we know if it's 30 frames per second or not. Is it Echo Cookie? Looks better than the recent Sonic games at least. Skelegem says I've always been skeptical of Sonic games, and Forces is no different. Mason says not a fan of Sonic games. I think I already read that. I might be reading some people reading stuff over again. And then Mojo Jojo says Forces looks good. The hell you on about? Well, Jerry Toad says Sonic Forces look trash. Sorry if I reread comments over again, guys. I'm trying to go through here. Master Aqua says hope it's good. Period. Ox in the Box says Mario games greater than Sonic trash games. Inazuma11X Pivot. Hopefully modern Sonic stages are not consistent of 2.5D platforming. Just call me Inazuma. Okay, I'll just call you Inazuma. That's much better. Javier Casillas says haven't enjoyed a Sonic game since the 32X. Ooh boy, it was a long time ago. Javier. By the way, I've always liked the name Javier. I don't know why, but I've always liked that name. So nice name. I like everyone's names, but Javier has always been a name that I've always liked for some reason. Skelegem Mania does look amazing though. Yeah, Mania looks pretty good. I'll admit Mania looks good. I've been watching Kobanermani. Gosh, I can never say his name right. I just call him Kobe. Kobe 456, I think. I just call him Kobe. So Kobe, I've been watching Kobe play some of the old school Sonic games recently. He's been uploading more to his main channel. So yeah, I've been watching him go through the old school Sonic. So it's, I mean, you know, obviously nostalgia kicks in, but we'll see. Let's see here. So yeah, you guys got Plus Ultra Geek. Not trying to be, but it looks a little whack. NX Revolution says I'm getting Sonic Mania at launch. Looks better than Forces. Looking forward to both though. And then he says Plus Ultra Geek says Mania looks phenomenal. Yep. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll definitely see, man. So thank you guys for all the comments on Sonic Forces, because I have nothing to say about the game. So it's good reading you guys' comments on it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next article here. Best Buy. We'll have more Nintendo Switches this Sunday. So if you're looking for a Nintendo Switch, Best Buy should have more Nintendo Switches for you guys. So just make sure you get there early and make sure you remember kind of like what time your Best Buy opens. I know my Best Buy here in Cali, most of them open at 9 a.m. on the weekends. So make sure you check though, because during the weekdays they open at 10, and some even wait till like later to open on the weekends. So make sure you check if you're still looking at getting a Nintendo Switch. They'll have the vanilla Switch units in there. Usually they have gray, and they also have the neon bundles, and you can pick them up. When I went to go pick up Splatoon 2 at Best Buy, they had like 15 Switches, and the dude, like, there was like a little line for them, and the dude literally was like, had like 3 of them, like 3 on each hand, like, or he had like 1 underneath his armpits, so 1 here, 1 here. He had 1 in his hands, and then he had 1 kind of like balancing. So he was like this, and he was carrying them, and everyone was just buying them and buying Splatoon 2 and buying all the amiibo. Oh my god, I swear Best Buy sold like, I'd probably say they sold $100,000 worth of merchandise when I got there. Seriously, okay, if you just add up all the Switches that were sold, Splatoon 2s that were sold, and amiibo that were sold, I swear it was like $100,000 worth of merchandise, like, just like right there in my little area. So many people were buying amiibo. Like, I saw people buying all 5 amiibos. People were walking out with bags, the huge Best Buy bags, and they had all the amiibo in there, the Cloud, Corrin, both of the Bayonettas, both of the Clouds, Nintendo Switch, Splatoon 2, Zelda. Like, there was people in there just like buying everything. It was kind of funny to see people were talking with each other in line. I mean, this is probably the most positive that I've seen when it comes to the Nintendo era amongst gamers since, like, I'd probably say like the GameCube. The Wii, people were I mean, the Wii, no, probably like the Wii. Yeah, the Wii. But there was a lot of people who weren't gamers that were buying it. Every time that I go to the store, it's always like people who know about games. To me, I think the meta's evolved, right? Like, back in 2006, there were obviously adults that were buying video games, and they didn't really know much about video games. But now, this is 11 years later, a lot of the people that are adults now that are buying for their kids know about video games, or they grew up with a GameCube, or they grew up with, you know, an N64, and they know about video games. We have smartphones now, whereas back in 2006, only really rich people had smartphones, you know, or like people who just had money to spend. So now people are more educated. So even someone who doesn't know about video games can research very quickly and have a conversation about video games. So I think, like I said, the meta's evolving when it comes to parents. Like, you know, I'm, you know, 30 now, and I have a kid, and I know all about video games. My brother's old. He doesn't have any kids, but I mean, he knows all about video games. If he did, he would know about it. You know, my brother's friends, they're older, you know, in their 30s, and they know about video games and teach their kids about video games. So it's different nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different when you go to the stores and parents are buying for their kids. The parents know more now than they did before. So it's always interesting to talk to people in the lines and stuff. So yeah, man. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, Best Buy. If you're looking for Nintendo Switch, they should have them there. And guys, I know Nintendo Switch needs stuff. They're still adding it. Better communication. I understand. That's stuff that we've already talked about a million times. I'm not going to talk about it here. I'm going to talk about the news. If you have a question for me, wait till the very end and we can talk about it in a question. But it's just like repeating the same thing. I'm worried about the games. I'm worried about talking about the games and talking about the news. I'm not worried about other stuff, to be honest. I'm just worried about talking about the games and talking about the news. But I'm well aware, and I've said a million times on my videos, yeah, Nintendo Switch needs this. They need better communication. They need voice chat. They need messaging. I already know all this stuff. This stuff I've already said like a million times, but me repeating it does nothing. Nintendo's not going to be like, oh, we're listening. Okay, fix it right now. They're not. They already know. People have already been crying and complaining since the Switch launched. So we're going to move on to the next article here. So this is going to be the last one before we get into the Q&A. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I already spent 2 videos talking about this. But it's so funny because, like, Capcom came out and said that they're planning several Nintendo Switch version titles. They also came out and said that the Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers, has sold over 450,000 units on the Nintendo Switch. And the game launched back in May. So we're talking about 2 months of, not even 2 months of sale data. Pretty much that first month and some odd, because they're tracking, I think, only till, like, June. So yeah, in about a month or so, it sold almost 500,000 units. So a lot of people were looking forward to Street Fighter. And then, of course, they said that they got a lot of titles planned. And, of course, people got really butthurt. Whenever Capcom and Nintendo Switch are mentioned in the same sentence, people just get so butthurt. People will call names. When I try to tell you guys the situation, Capcom And this is something, like I said, none of us can change. Because if any of us could change this with Capcom as far as how they act, how they plan and budget their games, what they do, then Capcom would have changed it. Capcom hears these complaints all the time. People go on their official Capcom blog and complain. People complain on Twitter. People complain on YouTube. Capcom will be Capcom. Capcom is not going to change who Capcom is. You know why Capcom's not going to change who Capcom is? Because Capcom has figured out a way to be Capcom and still be somewhat profitable and be, you know, out there. I'm not shilling for Capcom. I'm telling you guys, when I talk about this, how it is. I'm telling you guys the truth. This is how it is. You can complain. You can complain. You can do what you want. But is that really going to change Capcom being Capcom? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Capcom is always going to be Capcom. Capcom is going to budget games the way that they see appropriate. If they don't feel like spending money on making a Switch version of the game, even if it makes sense, they won't do it. If they don't feel like saying, okay, we're going to have to put extra money aside to develop on ARM because these systems are x86. We can develop a certain way, we can develop faster and more efficient as far as what we're going to do. If they don't feel like putting this game on 3DS or putting this game on Switch, they won't. If they feel like it, they will. So there are going to be games, which they have 2 planned for this year that are coming out for the Switch. Obviously, we don't know if there's going to be a real localization of Double Cross, but they have Street Fighter. They planned and budgeted for Street Fighter. They put the game out. It sold. They're going to plan and budget certain titles for the Nintendo Switch. Is it going to get everything? No, because Capcom doesn't want to. It's just that they don't want to spend the extra 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, or whatever the case it is to develop on the Switch as well for certain titles. They will make certain titles for the Switch. Trust me, you're going to see multiple Capcom titles throughout the life of the Switch. Trust me, you will see them. Nintendo would never, ever, ever listen to Capcom if they didn't know, in terms of increasing the internal RAM on the system, because that was Capcom's request. They would have never listened if they didn't think or if they didn't see what Capcom was going to do. They also talked about porting over the RE engine in order to get future RE titles. So will we get every single RE title? Maybe, maybe not. Will we get some RE titles on the Switch? Probably. Probably, especially with the sales and how everything's going in Japan. And the thing is, when I say that, that gets people upset. When I say that right there, what I just said to you guys, that gets people upset at me and tell me that I'm shilling and tell me, and I'm like, no, nah. Do you guys see me buying a bunch of Capcom stuff? Do you guys see me showing off Capcom everywhere? Do you guys see me buying all like Capcom's Resident Evil 5 remake, even though I like Resident Evil 5? I didn't buy any of their re-releases of Resident Evil 5. Do you guys see me buying their Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? I'm not going to buy that. Do you guys see me buying Street Fighter 5? I didn't buy Street Fighter 5. I vote with my wallet. If you don't like something Capcom is doing, which I don't like lots of things Capcom does when it comes to Nintendo Switch, when it comes to their games, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Capcom has had lowered sales across a lot of their stuff. Like, I'm not buying their stupid Mega Man collections. I'm not buying their Disney Afternoon collection. I'm not buying their Mega Man collection. I'm not buying their old Resident Evil collections. I've already bought those games a million times. I already bought the Mega Man collection on the PS2. I already have Mega Man collections. I don't want their stupid Mega Man collections. So therefore, I am voting with my wallet. No, if Mega Man collection came to the Switch, I would not buy that crap. I want a new Mega Man. Make a new Mega Man, and I will buy your new Mega Man. I don't want your stupid old Disney Afternoon collections. I played those in the afternoon when I was a kid a million times. I've played Chip and Dale. I've played all of those stupid games. And no, I don't want to buy your stupid Nintendo games with leaderboards. That's dumb. It's so stupid. So people are accusing me of shilling for Capcom. I'm not. You know why I'm not? Because I'm not spending my money on Capcom, and Capcom's not paying me anything. So no, I am telling you how it is. This is the facts. If you don't like it, oh well, kick rocks. Because this is the facts when it comes to Capcom. They will develop on the Switch when they feel like it. They don't always feel like it. They see PS4, Xbox One, and PC with this pretty much infinite install base with PC in there. And with PS4 and Xbox One, you have 90 million plus users. They will prioritize x86 devices. Switch is not x86. You need a different mindset. It codes and programs differently with ARM. So they're not going to want to always spend the money on developing on Switch. I don't care how cheap it is or not. Some will come, some will not. That's just how it is. Switch doesn't have 30 million units sold like the Xbox One has. It doesn't have 60 million units sold like the PS4 has. So people are saying, oh, well, the sales are right. No, it only has 5 million so far. That's still nothing compared to PS4 and Xbox One at this point. It's selling fast, but it's still not as big as PS4 and Xbox One. This is what you guys need to understand. It's not shilling, it's telling you guys the facts of how Capcom operates based on me talking to Capcom at multiple E3s, based on me just looking at their business practices, reading through what they say, their financial reports. That's why I try to show you guys this when I do my videos. In my last video, I showed you guys this, the actual articles and what they're saying. This is how Capcom operates. You can like it, you can not like it, I don't care. But don't sit here and try to get mad at me and call me names, because I'm telling you how Capcom is. Nothing I say is going to change Capcom. I only have almost 28,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Go to MatPat. Go to Maximilian Dude. Go to these guys with huge subscriber bases that actually have been in development rooms with Capcom, and go to them and tell them to complain to Capcom. That will get you more traction, or maybe might change something. Not me. You know, so that's that. This is how it is, guys. This is how it is. So yeah. Sorry if you feel upset or you feel mad. It's not worth it though. Be like me. Vote with your wallet. Don't buy their stupid Disney. If seriously, if Disney Afternoon Collection came to the Switch, I still wouldn't buy that crap. I would if Mega Man. I didn't buy the stupid Mega Man collection for the 3DS. I could have bought it. I didn't buy that crap. I'm not buying Capcom stuff. I don't want Disney I don't want NES games with rewind features. That's dumb. Why would you want an NES game with a rewind feature? Why would you want an NES game where you can rewind your death? Like, that's not the... Why? That's so stupid. That's the whole point of an NES game. It's not rewind your death. That's why I didn't buy stupid Rare Replay. I don't care about stupid Rare Replay. I don't care about rewinding things and going on leaderboards for old games. That's why I don't talk about these games. That's why I don't buy these games. That's why I don't stream these games. I don't... Why do people buy this stuff? You guys are mad. You guys, oh, where's Mega Man Collection? And if it came out, you guys gonna buy that? I already played Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, Mega Man 4, Mega Man 5. I already played all those. It's the NES game. There's no real additions to them. I don't care about those stupid games. Seriously, just play an NES emulator or whatever. I don't care. But I'm not gonna sit here. I mean, at least with Street Fighter, at least there's actual real additions to the games. At least with Street Fighter 2 on the Switch, that actually had new modes. That had a 2-on-1 mode that you can play with a co-op. That had the crappy Way of the Hado mode, but whatever, or Hadu, whatever the heck you want to call it. But at least they had a new mode. At least they had online play where you couldn't play the game online anywhere else. At least it has additions. At least there was new content, new modes, online play, stuff added in there that was more significant than a rewind feature, than a leaderboard. That's dumb. That's so stupid. Yeah, I mean, like I said, these remasters with no significant... I mean, Mojo Jojo says it right. OJ is right about voting with your wallet with all these remasters. People need to chill. And like I said, I don't have a problem with remasters. Like Ultra Street Fighter 2, I don't have a problem with that. That's a good remaster. That's a good re-release. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives you online play. It gives you portability. It gives you new features. It gives you new modes. That's fine. But making a collection of games with a rewind feature and leaderboards, that's stupid. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's not like now what Nintendo is doing with the whole downloading the NES games and Super Nintendo games, and it adds online play. That's good. Not just leaderboards, but adding actual online play to where you can play with someone else online with these old games. That's good. That's worth it to buy it again, but not leaderboards and rewinding feature when you suck. That's stupid. It's so dumb. But anyway. So yeah, that's that. A lot of people, you guys have some good comments here. Nintendo Examiner says, people complain that Nintendo is porting too many Wii U games to the Switch. Then the first thing they want from Capcom is to port a bunch of old games to the Switch. Exactly. Exactly. I have the Mega Man collections on GameCube and PS2. Exactly. Go buy Gunvolt. If you want a Mega Man game, go buy Gunvolt. You know, there's plenty of other Mega Man style games that have been made. Go buy those games. Stop being so attached to some stupid blue dude with the dun-dun-dun on him, with the underwear on the outside. Stop being so attached to him. There's other games out there that have done Mega Man just as good and that are new. Go on Steam. Go on Steam and search for Mega Man clones. There's a million Mega Man clones on Steam that you can buy for really cheap prices that are new games. Not wasting my money on Mega Man collections. Stupid. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the Q&A segment. So you guys go ahead and ask me your questions. I'm gonna put Q&A time. Yeah, I definitely think Mega Man is overrated. I am 100% on board with you that I think Mega Man is overrated. All right. So, NX Revolution says, Player says, do you still think Super Metal Dave's rumor is only game? I don't know about Super Metal Dave's rumor. You're going to have to fill me on what he said. Jumpmon says, does Shovel Knight count as a Mega Man game? Kinda. Shovel Knight is a much better Mega Man game than a lot of the Mega Man games that I've played, outside of like the X series. That being said, you like to see Tokyo Mirage Sessions on the Switch? Yeah, I like to see Tokyo Mirage Sessions on the Switch as well. Mason asks, or Advanced says, how much do you bench? I don't know how much I bench anymore, but when I was in college playing football, my max bench was 350 or 360, one of those two. Mason says, OJ, when do you think a new Monster Hunter game will come to the Switch, like release year? I would probably say announcement in 2018, and the game will launch in like maybe 2019 or late 2018. Inazuma says, have you heard any news about Inazuma 11 Aries? No news. All that we got was just they showed off some of the HD models that we got, so nothing after that. Check out my article or my news videos. If you go on my channel, Inazuma, and just type in Inazuma Aries, or just type in that, and you'll see my latest videos on it. That's the latest news. Other than that, there's been nothing. Skelegem, do you think A Hat in Time will get a Switch release? At some point, just not at the same time as PS4 and Xbox One. Maybe 2018. I don't know how to say your name, dude. It says, I think it's Cerezpix. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. Has Nintendo said anything about a new Kid Icarus? No. Christmas says, I would buy Skyward Sword HD next year. I don't think that's going to happen. Ox in the Box says, are you going to buy Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle Day 1? Yes, because I want the cartridge. Can I have a refund? Sure. Javier... I think that was because my rant against Capcom there. Javier Casilla says, what are your thoughts on Skyrim? I myself am very excited but never played it before. My thoughts on Skyrim is that it's a very good game. You can lose a ton of hours into it. It's a little clunky here and there, but it's still really fun. I actually really like it. I have the Xbox 360 version. And yeah, guys, I'm not telling you guys that Mega Man, like, you guys shouldn't like Mega Man. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Mega Man, it sucks, it's horrible, it's the worst game, you guys shouldn't like it or shouldn't buy it or shouldn't want it on Switch. I'm not saying that. I'm just going my own personal feelings, because you guys, a lot of you guys have said, oh, well, not a lot of you guys, but some people have said, oh, well, I disagree with your statements on Capcom. You should be more angry and upset. I'm telling you guys how I feel personally with Capcom. I'm telling you guys that I vote with my wallet, because people were telling me that I'm shilling and that I'm defending for them, and I'm like, no, I'm telling you guys how it is, and I'm telling you guys what I do when I'm like not happy with the company. When I'm not happy with the company, I vote with my wallet. I love Resident Evil. I would love to probably buy Resident Evil 5 and play it and stream it for you guys. But I'm done buying remakes of Capcom's games as they remake everything. Now they're remaking Resident Evil Revelations. I love Resident Evil Revelations, but am I going to sit there and buy it? No, I'm going to vote with my wallet. When I'm upset with Capcom, I will vote with my wallet, and that's exactly what I'm doing. In the years past, I probably would have bought all of these remakes that Capcom is doing. I bought Resident Evil 4 remake on Xbox One. I bought it on PC, but then, you know, they came out with 5 and they came out with 6 and they came out with Revelations now, and that's coming out like in August. And I'm like, no, I'm done. Capcom, you're not making me happy with things, so I'm voting with my wallet. That's the most important thing. So that's what's going on. I'm not telling you guys to do the same thing I'm doing. If you want Mega Man Collection on Switch, tell people that you want Mega Man Collection on Switch. I'm just telling you from my personal view and what I do with companies when I'm upset. So there's no shilling going on here, because I was accused of that even in my last video, and people telling me that I'm wrong. No, this is... I vote with my wallet. I don't vote with me crying like a little baby, okay? I vote with my wallet. Plain and simple. So if Capcom wants to listen, they'll listen, because more money will, you know... Because a lot of people who complain also buy Capcom stuff. They'll complain. Oh, Resident Evil! Huh, I'm buying that. They'll complain all day. They'll make videos complaining, then rush out and go buy Capcom's games. To me, those people are fraudulent. You know, they're making money off of you guys by being fake, and then going and giving money to Capcom. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people on YouTube do, because Capcom's still selling a lot of their games, but all we do is see people complaining all day. Go out there and buy Capcom games, stream Capcom games. Ridiculous. Anyway, Morrowind. I have not played Morrowind. We don't know if Skyrim's going to have mods for the Switch yet. John Daz says, no more Heroes 1 and 2 remastered for the Switch. Will it happen, OJ? Probably not. Advantes says, which game do you prefer, Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas? I hate Fallout New Vegas, so Fallout 3. Mason says, OJ, what do you think the lifetime sales of the Switch will be? Lifetime sales will probably crack, depending on like all the different versions of the Switch system itself. I'll probably say nothing less than 65 million, nothing less than that. Game of the year, OJ. So far, my game of the year is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. NX Revolution. Super Metal Dave 64 is saying something big is coming very soon. Yeah, well, we'll see. Falcon Lawn says, OJ, what is your take on the rumored Street Fighter collection for PC, PS4, and Xbox One? It's actually, I would just see that it's just PS4 and Xbox One, not PC. Not being planned for Switch despite Ultra Street Fighter 2's success. Capcom is Capcom, but that one's baffling after the latest news. So this is the type of like comment. This one right here, this is good to talk about, because this is the type of comment where people don't understand. Games are not made overnight. Okay, this is my daughter at my door. Games are not made overnight. Do you think that this game, this anniversary collection, was made like 2 days ago? Do you think it was made 3 days ago? This anniversary collection was obviously planned and budgeted probably 1.5 years to 2 years ago, before the Switch was even a thing. We're just finding out about it right now. So it's not like Capcom was able to factor in the success of Ultra Street Fighter 2 while this game, this anniversary collection, was being developed and made, if it's real. They weren't able to factor that. We just got the sales now. The sales of Street Fighter 2 was not out when this game was being planned. I doubt the Switch was even a thing when this game, this anniversary collection, was being planned. So I don't see why users and commenters continue to try to make it seem as if the sales of Street Fighter 2 somehow would affect this game, when this game was not developed overnight. This game was probably developed, like I said, or budgeted 2 years ago. Before the Switch was even a thing. So I don't see how you can say, oh, well, despite the sales of this, it's not being planned for the Switch, as if this game was like developed or started development or announced like yesterday. That's not how business works, guys. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. This game, this anniversary collection, started development a while ago. It didn't start development when we first hear about it. So I really honestly don't like comments like this, because it makes it seem as if users don't understand that games are made like years, are planned years in advance before you hear about them, for the most part, unless it's like a Kickstarter, or unless a developer wants to tell you about a game like, hey, we're starting development. But this game has probably already been planned, budgeted, and done with, and they're going to release it when they release it, before the Switch was even a thing. So Ultra Street Fighter's success has nothing to do with this anniversary collection. Absolutely nothing. We just found out about the success of the Street Fighter game. That came out in May. This game didn't start development, like I said, like a month ago. This is being planned for a while. So, look, I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to, you know, get on you or anything, but this is the type of comment that I see on there, and I always shake my head, because it shows that people just fundamentally don't understand that game development doesn't snap your fingers and a game appears out of nowhere, you know? So, it is what it is, though. But yeah, I'll try to explain it the best that I can, you know. Only in China are games made overnight. Yeah, smartphone games and stuff like that. So let's see. Let's go down the questions here. Mojo Jojo. I see a new Monster Hunter on Pokemon. Okay, that's not a question. The market is too small for the Xbox One or the Xbox One X. Is that what you're saying? It's a high quality product. There, there's high quality PC graphics cards that are, excuse me, that are $1,000 plus. That's too small for the market too, but people still make them. So it is what it is. Capcom games will get Monster Hunter, Ace Attorney, some Resident Evil. Probably, that's what we're going to get. We're going to get Monster Hunter, Ace Attorney, and Resident Evil. Are we going to get every single anniversary, anthology collection, and all that? No. You know why we're not? Because we're not. Only rich people buy black paperweights. I guess, man. Yeah, Nintendo's going to... Eduardo says, do you think Nintendo will improve production? Of course they will. Good games beside Splatoon 2 right now. Good games besides Splatoon 2. Well, I recommend this one, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I also highly recommend this one as well, ARMS, and Disgaea 5 on the Switch, NBA Playgrounds on the Switch. Those are all good too. But yeah, plenty of great games besides Splatoon 2. Mark Bryant says, do you see Xenoblade 2 selling around 1 million mark or more? Absolutely. I think Xenoblade 2 will definitely cross 1 million units sold. Probably by the end of the year. Like, by the time, I think it's going to come out in November, and I think it'll cross 1 million units sold probably by the end of the year. Especially, the Switch is going to have 9 million units, 10 million units sold by that time. So, it's definitely going to cross 1 million. And if it doesn't cross 1 million by the end of the year, it'll cross 1 million by March of the following year. So, yeah. So, yeah, man. What's up, Calamity Ganon? Thoughts on Secret of Evermore? I think it's a pretty unique and fun game. You guys have a lot of different stuff. Jumpmon, for games that have dual screen tech like Etrian Odyssey, how would they work for the Switch? It's easy. It's the same way Splatoon 2 works for the Switch. You have a simple option to toggle back and forth. It's a pretty simple fix. When are you going to? Alicio Blanco says, when are you going to stream Smash Brothers, OJ? I don't know. Maybe tonight. Maybe tomorrow. What would your dream game on Switch? My dream game, Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger 2. That'd be my dream game. Eduardo, hey PE, do you think Nintendo will improve their production? I already think I said that, but maybe the stream's lagging behind. But yes, they will. You still haven't found one? Go to Best Buy. This stream is lit. Thanks, Great Minds. I appreciate it. It's a fun stream, man. I'm having fun. Having fun with it. Ooh, 114 people watching too. Shout outs. Sam's a poppin'. As someone who's not interested in ARMS and Splatoon, is the Switch worth getting at this point, or should I wait till October Mario Odyssey comes out? I mean, it doesn't matter when you get it. Just get it when you feel like it. If you have, or if you're not, are you not into Zelda? I would say if you're into Zelda, then get the Switch. If you're into Zelda, if you're not into Splatoon or Mario, there's still Disgaea, there's still Street Fighter, there's still Minecraft, there's still Rayman that's coming out, there's still Pokken Tournament, there's still a bunch of other games. But if you're into Zelda, then I would say buy the Switch. I mean, you should just go get it if you can. It's worth getting if you want to play Zelda. Or if you want to play Pokken, if you want to just get one and play the games. But I don't know why you wouldn't be into Splatoon or into ARMS. I mean, those are great games. Those are fantastic games. Saturday afternoon hype. Saturday afternoon collection, baby. Falcon Launch says, Mega Man aside, if Capcom were to give one neglected IP the Super Bomberman R treatment, which one would you want to see? Like Captain Commando or something like that, maybe. Yeah, like Captain Commando. I think that would be pretty cool to get like a new Captain Commando game. Yeah. Chrono Trigger 2 would break time itself. Oh yeah, absolutely. What Capcom games do you think are coming to the Switch? Resident Evil, Ace Attorney, and Monster Hunter. Mojo Jojo, do you like the Switch's hardware direction? I've never been more into portability despite owning quite a few of handhelds. Yes, I do. And the reason why I like Nintendo Switch's hardware direction is because it does both. Because I'm very finicky when it comes to my games, guys. Like, there's times where I truly want to sit down on my couch and, like, play a game. And then there's times, like, I'm like, hell no. I want to lie down. I want to lie down. I want to lie down on my couch out in my living room. I want to be in my daughter's room. I want to hang out with her. Like, and sometimes she doesn't want to be in here because in this room, this is like a production / game room. It gets hot. I have lights. I have all these systems, cords, wires. There's just a lot of stuff in this room, and it gets hot. Sometimes I don't want to play games inside my game room. You know, sometimes I want to play games out in the living room. It's much better out there. It's much cooler. I have a big living room. You know, it's nice, open, open space living room. So sometimes I'd rather play games out there while my daughter's watching, YouTube Kids. Or sometimes I'd rather just lie down in bed, in the bedroom, in the master bedroom, and play a game. Sometimes I want to lie down with my daughter inside her room and play a game. So that's why I like it. But I like the fact that I can take it after, like, let's say she goes to sleep and I want to play on the TV, like with Zelda with the Pro Controller, I can take it and put it back in there. I love the whole, pardon the pun, but the whole switching aspect of the system is much better than I thought it would be. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't know. But it's much more convenient for me as a father and as someone who doesn't have as much time to play games than I would have ever liked. Now, maybe if I was like, well, I can't even say that because if I was a college student, I can take it to college. I could play it in between classes. Like, when I was in college, the Switch would have been actually phenomenal because I used to go home and play games, like in between my classes because I lived like right across the street from school. I went to Fresno State, by the way, guys. So Fresno State. I used to ride my skateboard because I wanted to get home and play Resident Evil, super fast. Like, I used to want to play Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 came out when I was in college. And I used to take my skateboard. I used to freaking skateboard as fast as I could. And I had an hour in between my classes, some of them. And I would play Resident Evil for 45 minutes to get on my skateboard and ride back to class. And then I would go back and forth. If I had the Switch in college, it would have been amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been amazing to play some of these games like Zelda and stuff like that on the go. I can just head to the library, put on my headphones, kick back. We had a big old huge library. We had a lounge. There's just so many areas at Fresno State where you can go and kick it. We even had like a game room area at Fresno State that they built in some of my last years that you can go kick it with other gamers too. So that would have been amazing. Whereas I went back home to play my PS3, and when I was in college, the 3DS was not out yet, guys, though. So the 3DS, all we had was the DS, which I played DS, but DS just wasn't the best to play, like, on the go as much for me. Just some of the games I don't know. It just felt, I don't know. I don't know about the 3DS just playing. I did play it out on the go, but it was just, I always just like to lie down on my bed and play 3DS games for some reason, like the 2D games and stuff. But yeah, Switch would have been amazing when I was in college. So we'll see, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're finicky too. I'm very finicky. I don't ever know what I want to do. I'm like, okay, sometimes I want to play on the TV. Okay, no. There's been times where I've literally done this, guys. Like, I have got my Switch like this. This is what I got my Switch. Well, I got my Switch like this. I'll be playing my Switch right here on my couch. I will put it docked. I will play for 25 minutes docked. I'm like, I don't want to play docked anymore. I will take it out and go to the living room and play my Zelda. I will cook something to eat. Zelda's on sleep. I'll have it right there. In between me cooking, I'll be like, seriously, like the freaking video, like the commercial, I'll be playing a little bit then. I'll go back, I'll eat real quick, and then I'll hook it back up to my TV. There's been times for like over a 3-hour period, I have docked and undocked this thing and played in different areas of the house, play on the TV, not play on the TV, like, it's ridiculous. I'm just so finicky with games. Like, I'm just so finicky. Like, I don't ever like to be tied down to one area because I have a daughter. I think that's the biggest thing. When I was younger and I didn't have a daughter, didn't have a family, I could just sit down and I don't have to be worried about anything. But if you have a family, if you have kids and all that, like, you have to be moving around. You can't sit down and be posted at one area and play because your daughter's going to want food. Your girlfriend or your wife or whatever is going to call you over. You're going to need to kill a spider, like, or something like that. You're never going to be able to just to sit in one spot usually when you're, you're head of the household, So I always have to be moving around. So that's why I like the Switch. It suits for me for what I'm doing right now. So it is what it is. Anyway, I think I spent way too much time talking about that. So let's get a couple more questions answered, and then I gotta bounce, guys. OJ, when do you think the first Switch revision happens? If it does, it's going to be late 2018, maybe even 2019, man. I don't know. I think it's going to probably take a couple of years. Switch came out in 2017, so yeah, I'd probably say 2019, just to be safe. Despite owning all the consoles PC, the Switch has taken up more of your time. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I own PC, I own PS4, Xbox One. Switch has taken up a lot of my time. I mean, when Persona 5 came out, I was playing Persona 5 a lot, but I was still playing Switch, though, as well. But the problem, like I said, is that I can't move my PS4 around and all that, so... Switch ends up being the system that I play the most, you know. So yeah. Let's see here. OJ, do you think Nintendo will have a big presentation for 2018? Mason asks. Yeah, probably. But they're probably going to have, like, I don't know, it just depends on what your idea of a big presentation is, you know. But yeah, they'll have presentations. They'll have PE, or not PE, I wish. They'll have... what are those things? Nintendo Directs. They'll have all those, man. Are you going to watch Get On My Level? Yeah, I was actually watching Get On My Level before I did this live stream. I was watching Melee. So yeah, I'm going to watch Get On My Level, of course. No, I'm not going to see... If I see the NES Classic on Walmart's website, I'm not going to try to order from them again. I'll go camp out in line. I'll go take my Switch and I'll go chill with all the people. I'll go camp out at Best Buy. Like, all I got to do... in my area, all I gotta do is go to Best Buy like 3 or 4 hours before they open. I'll go 3 or 4 hours before they open, and I'll get a Super Nintendo Classic before, you know. I'll just do that. This is how you're gonna win the masses, OJ. How am I gonna win the masses? Doing podcasts? Yeah, great. Mark Bryant asked, do you think it took the Wii U to fail so that Nintendo totally are in a different direction? Yeah, I think it did. But although the Switch is an evolution of the Wii U's idea, it's like a 3DS, it's a Wii U. It's like Nintendo said, you know, they had lots of different. Sorry if I just I'm gonna get a little bit more comfortable, guys, with my chair. They had a lot of different things that they put in from, you know, their past systems, right? They have somewhat of a Wii aspect to it. They have a Wii U aspect to it for like off TV play. They have a 3DS aspect to it that it can be a dedicated portable. So unlike the Wii U, which is not a dedicated portable, they have the GameCube aspect to it too. Just efficient, fast system, you know, easy to develop on. So they have that GameCube aspect to it. They have the Super Nintendo mindset. Hey, let's get more RPGs out on the system. The system needs to have more of a Japanese focus, you know, with their games. Nintendo is releasing multiple RPGs. Nintendo went out and reached out to other developers to make sure that there was RPGs in the first year. We have Square Enix on board. So that's the Super Nintendo mindset. They have lots of different mindsets from their past systems. You know, you can kind of see the DNA, like they said, of all their different past systems in with the Switch. So that's cool, you know. So yeah, you won't have the money for a Switch upgrade, but we don't know how much it'll cost. Zelda's taking too many hours from your life. Yeah. 1080p 60 frames per second is much greater than stupid 4K trash. I will agree that 1080p 60 frames per second beats 4K 30 frames per second. I definitely agree. OJ, is Pokken going to be in Evo? I think Evo, which Pokken? Not this year. This year's Evo's already gone. I think it's going to be Pokken. It's going to be at Evo Japan. Yeah. OJ, do you think we're going to get more Wii U ports? Yes. 4K is not important as fun. It's definitely not. Do you think that Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 is coming to Switch? Probably not. I do 4K 60 on my PC, the best of both. Definitely. I think he was talking about consoles in general, though, not PCs. But yeah, if you have a PC that can do 4K and 60 on like games, you have a beast tier PC. That's all I gotta say. I'm not willing to pay that much. I'll take 1080p 60 on PC just fine with my GTX, you know, 970 or what do I got? No, GTX 960. I'll take 1080p 60. I'm good. My monitor is not even that big. My monitor is, I have a 28-inch monitor. The funny thing is I have a 4K monitor. This monitor that I'm using is 4K. Yeah, 100 gigabyte downloads, baby. OJ, are you going to go to Evo? I hope so. Yeah, eye candy. 4K does look good though. If you have a 4K monitor, go to Nintendo's channel and check out the Rocket League trailer in 4K. It looks absolutely stunning. Yeah, the Switch is all Nintendo systems rolled into one. Yeah. With good marketing, the Wii U would have been a huge success. I doubt that. With good marketing, it would have sold a little bit better, but the problem was still the games. At the end result, the games weren't good enough. The games weren't good enough, and there wasn't enough games in like a good amount of time. Like there's too many delays, too many droughts, too many gaps. A lot of it was flooded with a bunch of games. There just wasn't enough content fast enough. There wasn't enough first-party content fast enough. There wasn't enough RPGs for the Japanese market fast enough. There was all sorts of issues outside of marketing. So I wouldn't say a huge success. Absolutely not. You need games. You need games fast. You need games consistent. You can't. Marketing can't save you from that. OJ, you are amazing value for the money. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Try to give you guys some good entertainment on the weekends, man. And also another time, as far as Mark Bryant, at a time where you're not like half asleep. So I'm glad that I was able to do this at 12. So I think it's a night where you're at in the UK, man. Once again, shout outs to the UK. Gotta always give my shout outs to the UK. 20 to 30 million with good marketing. Yeah, that's a game. But that's a GameCube level of success, When is the next Splatoon 2 live stream? I might live stream Splatoon 2 pretty soon here. I'm gonna be on the Spawncast tonight, like around 6 p.m. So you guys can catch me on the Spawncast. I might stream Splatoon 2 late. I'm thinking about doing Smash Brothers though. But anyway, good marketing can sell anything. Good marketing can't sell anything actually. Xbox One X is probably gonna have good marketing. It probably won't sell as much as the PS4. Let's just pretend this was a Surface tablet. Or no, let's just pretend this was a Zune. You guys remember Zune? Zune had halfway decent marketing. It was all over the place. Did Zune live? No. You need obviously good marketing is key, but you need content. Content is the biggest reason why, for the most part, things do well. You need content. You need marketing, but you need content. That's the biggest thing. Because GameCube had amazing marketing. GameCube had great marketing. But necessarily the content and what people were looking for at the time didn't necessarily mesh. So GameCube didn't sell. So it's not only marketing, man. Content is also key as well, dude. You need that content. GameCube really lacked RPGs. GameCube lacked a lot of Japanese RPGs. GameCube lacked some stuff. I mean, GameCube was great. I love the GameCube. I think it's a great system, but it had great marketing. Everyone knew what a GameCube was. Not everyone bought it, though. So, OJ, please stop the Spawncast from complaining so much. I'm not going to stop them from complaining. If they want to complain, that's cool. I'll go on there and say whatever I need to say, and if they want to complain, they're going to complain. I can't stop grown men from complaining. If grown men want to complain, let them complain. Counterpoint fidget spinners. Yeah, fidget spinners are stupid. They're very, very dumb, but people love them. Like I said, it's not just marketing, guys. There needs to be the content. There needs to be. I mean, fidget spinners. That's a toy. Toys are very different, right? As far as gaming goes, as systems go, you need content. You need great content for your system to sell. If your system doesn't have great content, then it's probably not going to sell. You could have great marketing, that's fine. Maybe you'll sell like the GameCube did. But if you really want to sell big, you need great content. The DS had good marketing. It wasn't the best marketing, but it had good marketing. But it had more content than any other Nintendo system in like the history of Nintendo systems. The DS had more games, had so much stuff on there. So it's the best selling Nintendo system. But yeah, content is important, very important. Mayweather or McGregor or Mayweather? Probably Mayweather. If it was a UFC fight, I'd pick McGregor. But it's not. It's a boxing match. OJ, do you think we'll see Tokyo Mirage Sessions on Switch? I don't know. people bought the PS2 because it was written PlayStation on it. OJ, no, that's not the reason why people bought the PS2. People bought the PS2 because it literally had a bunch of exclusives like Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Solid, and a ton of other games. In addition to that, it was also a DVD player, which DVD players were super, super expensive at the time. So no, that's not the reason why, because I have PlayStation on it. Give me 1 second, guys. I got someone knocking on my door. Okay, no. Why do you have makeup all over you?
I'm not in
Okay, no, I'm editing right now. I'm right in the middle of a podcast, okay? So give me just a second. I'm almost up. Alright? Almost up. Alright, that's my daughter. She's getting a little upset. She thinks I've been doing a podcast for too long. So, I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Yeah, I'll definitely have to bounce. OJ, you still playing ARMS? Yeah, I play ARMS every now and then. GameCube is the worst Nintendo system for sure. I would say the game library is better than the Wii U's game library. So yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, but we'll see. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just the DVD player. It was the cheapest DVD player on the market. DVD players back then were like $400, $500, $600. Sony was selling a DVD player for like $300 or whatever the case was. So yeah, it was a combination. It wasn't just because it was PlayStation on it. The DVD player in it, like I know families that bought PS2s because it had a DVD player in there. Like, so families would buy PS2s. The PS2 was in the family room, and people would play games, and people would watch DVDs right then and there in their living room. It was essentially the Wii in terms of putting it in the family room before the Wii. You know what I'm saying? The PS2 was definitely a family system. It was a gamer system. It was everything because of that DVD player. Do you think Beyond Good and Evil 2 will come to Switch? Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, GameCube is definitely not the worst. And you'll still argue that GameCube is better than Wii. GameCube isn't better than the Wii, but I mean the perception of the Wii has been absolutely diminished and destroyed by people who hate the fact that it sold so well, and casual gamers, the motion controls. That absolutely destroyed the image of the Wii. So then you have people that, you know, that don't know all of the libraries of the games, but will just say, oh, well, GameCube was better because gamers think more positively of the system. But I would point you to a video that Mr. T did where he actually did an intelligent, real GameCube to Wii comparison in terms of features, games, third party, first party, Nintendo's content, and he makes a very compelling argument that the Wii absolutely destroys the GameCube. Very compelling. So check out Mr. T's video. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Just look up Mr. T. Look him up. And he makes a very, very compelling argument that is very hard to argue that the GameCube is better than the Wii. It's very hard. I mean, there's very few things based off of watching that video. And the funny thing is that Mr. T uses his own games. He uses his GameCube. He uses his GameCube games. He compares them to the Wii counterparts. He brings up a bunch of third-party games at the GameCube as far as exclusives that the Wii saw that the GameCube was multi-plat. You know, the Wii just had more. You can't deny the fact that the Wii just had more of everything. You know, the only thing that I would say the GameCube did better, there was just some exclusives. Like, for example, like there was like Beautiful Joe, but it wasn't. It was still multi-plat. You know, but yeah. After watching that video, it's hard for me to say that the GameCube was actually better than the Wii because, I mean, I have a lot of the games that Mr. T talks about, and yeah, so yeah, so we'll see. You can't argue the features aspects. It's just the evolution of tech. Well, it's not even only that though. When the thing about it is that like when you're comparing evolution of tech compared to now, you can say, okay, well, when this system came out, could it do this? You know, when this system came out, could it do this? GameCube inherently wasn't backwards compatible. Okay, even though backwards compatibility at the time, I guess it would have been harder to do and would have been way more expensive. But it's a dock. Like if you're comparing, you know, the Wii U to the Switch, you can say, okay, well, Wii U is backwards compatible with Wii games, whereas the Nintendo Switch isn't backwards compatible with Wii games. When you're comparing like 3DS to DS, okay, well, which you can say, okay, well, this one's backwards compatible. Okay, this one's also backwards compatible. So in my opinion, it's actually fair game to use that, because the GameCube came out in 2001 and it did, you can compare it. I mean, they should have added something else in there. I mean, you can say, okay, well, maybe it had a Game Boy Advance player. I mean, it had that, so you can use that type of thing to its advantage, right? So there was compatibility in terms of that type of stuff. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with using that. So, in my opinion, if you're going to compare the systems, yeah, you got to kind of compare everything, because backwards compatibility isn't a new thing. There was like, what was it, like the Ataris? There was some of the Ataris back in the day that had backwards compatibility. You know what I'm saying? There were some of Sega systems that had backwards compatibility as well, even though some of it was super crazy. But still, like, this is not a new thing. GameCube came out in 2001. So it's actually a completely fair game to compare the tech. 2001 compared to 2006. There's not that many years apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not that many years apart. So yeah, I definitely don't agree with Super Nintendo greater than the NES, Wii, N64, GameCube than Wii U. I've already done this before. I've ranked my systems, and I don't even remember what I ranked, but definitely number one is Super Nintendo for me. Number one is Super Nintendo. And, you know, the rest of them, I don't know. So, we'll see. That's not a bad list, though. That's not a bad list. But anyway, guys, once we get into this type of discussion, it's going crazy. I think I might have a podcast with Mr. T and Retro Death, and we can talk about this live. I think if you guys want that, type 1 in the chat. If you want to see me bring on Retro Death and bring on Mr. T to talk about this live, type 1 in the chat, and I'll try to see if I can make it happen. I would actually like to see that. Both of those guys talking about their points, and just like kind of broadcasting it to a little bit bigger of an audience so more people can see it. So type 1 in the chat if you guys want that. If you guys want that, I will try to make that happen. Yo, OJ, if the PS5 becomes a thing, how do you think it may fare? It'll do well. All PlayStation systems usually do well. What's my favorite GameCube games? Beautiful Joe, Metal Gear Solid, The Twin Snakes, Resident Evil 4. Yeah, those are my favorite ones right there. Resident Evil 4, Metal Gear Solid, The Twin Snakes, Beautiful Joe. There's probably more I'm not thinking of. But yeah, I have a lot of great... Metroid Prime. Those are all my favorite. Yeah. N64 is definitely... Great as usual. Take care. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it looks like you guys want me to do it. So, okay. Okay, I will try to get Mr. T on, and I will try to get Retro Death on to talk about the Super Nintendo, or not the Super Nintendo, to talk about the GameCube, if I can speak, versus the Wii. So we'll see if we can get that done. You guys want that? Okay, okay, we can see if we can get that done. All right, guys. So been going for about another. Oh, Baten Kato's Tales of Symphonia, those are also great games. All right, guys, so been going for about an hour and a half. I'm going to go ahead and call this one. Thank you so much for everyone coming out to the live stream. Mark, Bryant, Deviator, thank you so much for the $20 donation, basically 2 donations of $10. I do appreciate that. I really, really do, honestly. It means a lot to me for the support. Make sure you check out the links in the description below, guys. Facebook and Twitter, that's the best way to get a hold of me, best way to reach me if you want to know when content is coming, you want to pick my brain about certain things, want to talk, just follow me on Twitter, link in the description below. Also, make sure you check out our Facebook page. We do have posts on Facebook, so if you're on Facebook and you want to make sure that you get my videos and stuff like that, or if you want to watch them via Facebook, you can definitely do so. And yes, I will be on the Spawncast tonight, so make sure you check out the Spawncast. That is 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. So thank you guys so much. I do appreciate that. And we will see you guys for the next Player Essence Cross Nintendo. And I want to do these every single week, so hopefully I can do these every single week. So anyway, thanks so much, guys. We'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.